Poland providing displaced Ukrainians free transport to other European Union or EU states. Poland's state railway company is offering free Ukrainian citizens a free train service with regular departures to Germany. Those with Ukrainian SIM cards get details of scheduled departures through tests sent in the Ukrainian language. In southwestern Poland, on the border with Germany, the town of Izgorzelec has set up a vital transfer point to receive and give refuge to those arriving from Ukraine. They can rest there before resuming their journey. Free buses to other EU nations are also being furnished by Poland. A team of interior ministers from Poland, France, and Germany is working to organize EU countries to facilitate the transport of refugees from Poland as well. The European Union is a recipient of 4 Shining World Leadership Awards for Humanitarianism, 2 Shining World Leadership Awards for Peace, and a Shining World Leadership Award for Earth Protection, as well as a laureate of 2 Shining World Leadership Awards for Humanitarianism and the Shining World Leadership Awards for Compassion, Unconditional World Care, and True Caring. Our sincere praises, Poland and EU, for your compassionate actions. May the resilient people of Ukraine soon know peace in their beloved country in the all-merciful God's infinite love and protection.
Study finds people with long COVID have difficulty emptying their lungs. Up to 30% of long COVID sufferers are dealing with a condition known as small airways disease, whereby the patient is unable to totally empty their lungs when exhaling. A recent study found that the percentage of total lung area affected was at almost 35% among those who had been hospitalized for COVID. For some people, the condition persisted even 6 months after their initial COVID infection. Professor Alejandro Picomelas of the University of Iowa in the USA, who led the study, noted the issue was related to either inflammation or fibrosis. He stated, "There is some disease happening in the small airways that is unrelated to the severity of COVID." Our appreciation, Professor Comelas and fellow researchers. Your work shows again why we must safeguard against COVID-19 and treasure our wellness with a healthful vegan diet in divine sustenance.
Panama gives legal protection to natural world. Panama's National Assembly has passed, and the Panamanian President, His Excellency Laurentino Cortizo, has approved a revolutionary new law that grants nature the right to exist, persist, and regenerate its life cycles. The rule, which comes into effect in 2023, defines nature as a unique, indivisible, and self-regulating community of living beings, elements, and ecosystems interrelated to each other. The new legislation means that Panama's parliament now has a legal obligation to consider the effects of its future laws on the natural world, including rivers, tropical forests, and mangroves. The rights of nature will also be promoted through the government's foreign policy. Panama joins Italy, Colombia, New Zealand, Chile, and Mexico, who have similarly granted legal protection to nature. Meanwhile, Bangladesh, Australia, and India have given legal status to rivers. Bravo, Panama! In heaven's blessings, may the wonders of your tropical forests and rivers flourish for future generations to come.
China reinforces ban on sale of e-cigarettes to minors. By the end of April, the government of China's Ministry of Public Security and other departments will implement a program to eliminate unlawful electronic cigarette sales to underage people. The sale of e-cigarettes to minors was made illegal in the country in 2018, while online sales were banned in 2019. Supporting these laws, Chinese state media has presented information on the health and safety dangers of using e-cigarettes. The new initiative's actions will include the clearing out of e-cigarette vending machines and vendors around schools, cracking down on illegal and unlicensed businesses, and deleting harmful information on the topic on websites. According to researchers, e-cigarettes are highly addictive and dangerous and hinder adolescent brain development. China is a Shining World Leadership Award for Wise Governance recipient and a laureate of 6 Shining World Leadership Awards for Compassion and Shining World Leadership Awards for Protection, Environmental Protection, Wildlife Protection, and Compassionate Protection. Excellent work, China, for taking these actions to protect your precious children. In Buddha's guidance, we pray all Chinese youth are safeguarded from such poisons and grow up healthy and strong.
Former Afghan refugee dedicated to helping other women. Bibi Bahrami from Muncie, Indiana, United States, has dedicated the last 20 years to assisting Afghan refugees and underserved women. Ms. Bahrami fled Afghanistan with her family in 1979 and spent 6 years in a Pakistani refugee camp as a teenager before moving to the United States. In 2002, she founded the non-profit Awaken, or the Afghan Women's and Kids' Education and Necessities, to improve the lives of women and children in Afghanistan by offering healthcare services, education, and vocational training. In 2021, Ms. Bahrami initiated the Muncie Afghan Refugee Resettlement Committee that is currently assisting 28 Afghan refugee families with settling in the United States and is advocating for global refugee acceptance as the solution amid the war in Ukraine. Thank you, Bibi Bahrami, for your dedicated service to humanity. May we open our hearts to embrace all refugees during these challenging times in heaven's mercy.
MasterChef Portugal crowns vegan as its 2022 winner. 32-year-old plant-based chef Teresa Colasso made her debut on the International MasterChef Series edition in Portugal. Ms. Colasso is a speech therapist and entered the cooking competition to prove that veganism is the future. She showed that there are endless possibilities to vegan food and created delicious dishes. In a social media post, she wrote, "My forte is vegetables, legumes, algae, and some ingredients in between, which few people here know about." With sheer determination, Chef Colasso demonstrated the power of plants in a meat-dominated show. After her triumphant win as the 2022 MasterChef Portugal champion, she stated, "This is just the beginning. I want to take plant-based food as far as possible. We applaud your efforts." MasterChef Teresa Colasso, in the Divine's Guidance liked, "May all quickly adopt the peaceful vegan lifestyle."
Canadians rescue deer person from freezing waters. Marty Thomas of Grand Forks, British Columbia, saved the life of a young deer person who had fallen through the ice in the Kettle River. Marty jumped into a canoe and moved towards the buck while chipping holes in the ice with his paddle. After around 20 minutes, he reached the animal person and used a rope to steer him through an open passage of water. Nearing the river's edge, a team carried the deer person into the canoe and towed him back to shore. Unfortunately, the buck was too cold to walk on his own, so the team brought him back to Marty's cabin and provided him with a bed of hay and blankets on the porch. Early the next day, the rescuers discovered that the deer person had left and made it back safely into the woods. Many thanks, Marty Thomas and the rescue team, for your quick thinking and compassionate actions. May the dear person soon be reunited with his family in the benevolence of the Providence.